So let's talk about the P-47D-22-RE. Why? Because this plane is about to go down to BR 3.7 from BR 4.0. First, there are a lot of P-47 variants. The one P-47 that appears to be getting a BR decrease is the first one you can unlock in the US tech tree. The French Premium is also a P-47D-22-RE. And finally, according to the wiki, the British Premium Thunderbolt Mk is also a P-47D-22-RE. So maybe they're getting a BR decrease too. We'll see. Despite the P-47's legendary war reputation, I hadn't spent much time with P-47s. I was having plenty of fun using Corsairs and Mustangs. The way they're represented in War Thunder is interesting. They're not going to perform how you think they should when you think fighter. More on that later. Making my way through the US tech tree, I didn't understand how to play them, or really the game, well enough to be successful in the P-47. To be honest, I struggled with them. When you hear them talked about on the forums and Reddit, everyone raves about how good the P-47 is. And honestly, those people might find a lot of success with them. They might also be just trying to brag about how they can fly an off-meta plane and do well with them. Or they might just be thinking about the glory days, back when air RV matches were an hour and side climbing to 7 kilometers was a viable strategy. I digress. With these BR changes and with several hundred more hours of playtime under my belt, I'm checking out the P-47 and asking, does this plane belong in BR 3.7? Besides ground RB, where it is very popular, how is it in air RB? Let's talk pros. 8. Count them, 8, 50 cal machine guns. 3,000 plus rounds to go with those machine guns. Good performance and controllable in a dive. Good dogfight ability at high speeds. Cons. Climb sucks. Low speed handling is very meh. Generally requires the energy advantage to do well. Positional fighter. In summary, it's like a freight train. Very slow to gain speed, but once it gains that speed it doesn't like to give it up either. It's like a freight train with 850 cals. And, unfortunately, turns like a freight train. Keeping it in the vertical is the best play here. Strategy, it's not a mainline fighter. I had my best success playing back a little bit.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours. Attacking!
Finding and dominating the local secondary fights at the start of the match and then coming back to the main furball. I took all that momentum I had built up and brought that energy back to the main fight. Then I would be ready to face the spent, quicker and nimbler fighters who were able to get to fighting height and speed early.
Somebody cover me!
Hoard your altitude. Give it up only when you have an isolated target you know you can finish off and climb after. This is why I make my argument that the P-47 is an expert-only plane. and why these BR changes lines up with play stats and not plain stats. If you play this fighter like 90% of all the other fighters in the game, you will get absolutely dominated in RRB. Your climb simply does not measure up to the task of getting you to altitude to do well with the main contingent of fighters. If you do stick with the main pack, your climbing speed performance is atrocious. You must be higher and faster to do well in a P-47. That's why P-47s are positional fighters in today's RRB meta. Is that just another word for support fighter? No, I don't think so. In the right situation, the P-47 is a good fighter. It just needs to create that right situation, and that right situation is created minutes before the fight, not during it. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not the best at this, and when you make mistakes you will die. But when you create the right situation, the P-47 bites down hard and does not let go. It's too fast to escape from. Has too many guns and too much ammo to outdodge. And will hang with you in a turn until you bleed all your speed off. But you have to create those situations, and most people suck at it. Just count the number of fighters that dive to the deck at the start of a match to get a bomber striker kill. Those are the people that have moved the P-47D-22-RE to BR 3.7, and they'll still suck at it at that BR 2. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.